Hi, hello, and good afternoon. My name is Amanda, and welcome to Harmony Portal Tarot. Before we get into this pick a card reading, I just wanted to let you guys know I have a live stream channel where I go live doing readings over there a few times a week, and sometimes I even do surprise free readings or a free one card pull to start. So if you'd like to get in on that action, you can find that channel linked in the description below. But for this pick a card reading, we are going to be figuring out what big changes are afoot in your life. If you are new to pick a card readings, I just ask that you close your eyes, take a couple of deep cleansing breaths to center your energy, and focus in on pile number 1 with the chrysoprase, pile number 2 with the fuchsite, and pile number 3 with the Lemurian quartz. Once you've selected your pile or piles, you can go ahead and check the description box below for those timestamps, and I'll also pin them as the top comment. Please remember though, these are general readings, so only take the information that resonates with you, your life, your situation, and just go ahead and leave the rest behind. Without delaying this any further, I'm going to give you a moment to meditate on your cards, and I will see you over at your reading. Hello, group number 1. Let's go ahead and find out what big changes are coming your way. You selected the chrysoprase, so there might be some heartfelt connections coming into your life. But we also have here the Ace of Wands. Very exciting energy to start us out. There is a new idea, a new project, something very new coming into your life that you are going to be very excited to claim as your own. But of course, like with all aces, this is but a potential, but an opportunity. So you will need to be the one making these big changes in your life to claim this opportunity and start taking action on it. But with the Ace of Wands, Wands being the action suit, you guys are going to have no problem wanting to move forward, wanting to dive in, wanting to devote a lot of time, effort, attention to whatever this big thing is. It's going to be different for each of you, but I really do see this as some sort of creative project or closing out one major cycle to be able to start something new in your life. Let's get some additional tarot in the mix to see what else Group 1 can expect for these big changes coming their way. And we have here, the Spirit of Wands. And in this deck, this is the King of Wands. So Spirit of Wands. So, wow. Lots of beautiful motivational energy to really claim this new opportunity, this really divinely inspired idea. Could even be something you're monetizing. Let's get one more. And wow, I swear this is not a deck made up of wands. Look at this. The Eight of Wands. So these changes are going to be happening very rapidly in your life. But again, like all changes, you're going to have to be the catalyst or the one taking action or allowing that flow to come in, because any resistance or any, kind of hesitancy is going to maybe hold back this energy from coming in fully. But of course, if you need to weigh some pros and cons or, try to figure out what this means for you, these big changes you're making, and make the most informed decision, of course, take the time you need to do that. But I feel that once you make that choice, this energy is just going to flow and you're really going to be inspired, not just in the material world, but also on a spiritual level, to really take your life in a direction that feels more purposeful, because the Eight of Wands is all about purpose as well. Pairing that up with the King of Wands, this is someone who's highly motivated and has that courage to take that new leap forward. All right, what big changes are coming in for group number 1? Okay, we want these two. And we have here no sleep on it and reclaim your power with the Lilith card here. So yes, like I was saying, any big changes, big ideas, big decisions, you are being asked before you leap in to make sure it's for you. But once you get that ball rolling, nothing's going to stop that beautiful momentum that you are building. But for some of you, you're closing something out and you're deciding to say no to something that was once a very big yes in your life. And again, because this is a general reading, it's going to be different for each of you. So whatever's kind of intuitively clicking for you right now, that is the thing that you're saying no to, and you're moving in a new direction. A direction that feels more sovereign, more comfortable, where you're claiming your power. And, not in an overbearing way where you're now throwing that power around or trying to take power from others. No, this is you standing in your own sovereignty. I normally see the Queen of Wands as the more sovereign in the court cards, but what I see for this is almost like a union of that divine feminine and divine masculine energy of the Queen of Wands, King of Wands, coming together to form the Spirit of Wands in this deck. So reclaiming your power is going to be a very big component in these changes that are coming in for you. And once you start to do this, that is when that divinely inspired idea is going to strike. There might even be some news that is really inspiring to you. Okay. What else? What other good things are coming in? Big changes coming in for group 1. Big changes. We have water here. Yes, spirituality, emotion, intuition, and compassion. And we have the signs here, the water signs, which are your Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. So your water trine in your chart, even if you don't have a lot going on, each one of these houses is activated because there is a planet that rules this house, and there are also transits that are going on. And this is a timeless reading, so you might want to look into any transits on your water trine, or the original water trine, which would be your 4th house, 8th house, 12th house in your chart. Because there's a major activation to make some big changes. And because 8th house is involved, that is closing out of a cycle or the death of one version of something going on in your life to make room for a rebirth. And then we have the sextile energy to combine with this. Yeah, a combination of tension and flow, potential and rewarding situation. Yes, so again, wands are such potential. There's such fire. There's such availability of energy that maybe has been untapped by you in the past or just felt somehow out of reach, but you are claiming this energy as your own so that you can make these necessary changes in your life. Some of you are going to be changing a relationship. Others of you are going to be changing just the day-to-day way you show up for yourself, your own kind of daily routines or habits, overcoming a bad habit and being able to replace it with a habit that feels more empowering to you. But there is a lot of reward that is waiting for you. For some of you, this could be some sort of bonus or promotion or raise coming to you at work, or maybe even changing jobs completely, because we're talking about the big changes coming. You feel you're not being compensated enough in the job that you're in, and you are not settling for less anymore. You're claiming your power, and as a result, you're finding a job that actually pays you for the time and effort and skill that you have. All right, so let's get also one of these, maybe two. Let's do two. Two of these messages here. Big changes coming in for group number 1. We have patience. Yeah, so again, because you're being asked to sleep on it and kind of have this sense of patience to allow these changes to come in, once you've decided what you want to do, that's when this energy is going to speed up. So patience in getting all of your I's dotted and T's crossed and figured out what you want. Once you decide all of this, the patience will be a thing of the past. You will be moving forward at a pretty rapid rate, flowing like the energy that's coming in to help you. And I'm actually going to move this over to the side so we have room for the other card as well. Any other inklings into what's going on for these big changes for group number 1? And temptation, very interesting. We were talking about closing out those habits, bad habits specifically, and replacing them with good habits. And, you know, temptation is kind of that devil energy or that habit, bad habit energy. And it just might be a little difficult here and there on your road to make these changes. But again, you're claiming your own power with this combination with the King or Spirit of Wands and the Lilith card here. You're not afraid to stand in the face of temptation and blow out. I see one of these candles is blown out. It's like you're blowing away the candle, the competition, the, temptation of it all, and only standing firm in your own sovereignty over whatever changes that are coming in for you. But yeah, many big changes coming to the way you show up in your own life for yourself, for others, in your relationships, at work, in your own personal projects, or just, day-to-day routines are really shifting and changing for you. So that's your message, group 1. I hope it resonated. Feel free to let me know below what you thought, any stories you want to share, and of course, leaving a comment or a like on the video really does help with the algorithm and the engagement on my channel, so I greatly appreciate the energy exchange there. And for those of you sending the donations, wow, thank you so very much for that. We are saving to buy a new camera. It's a very slow progress here with the ad revenue now that my channel's monetized, but your donations have really been the thing to help get us going on this path to get the new camera. So thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, donations, and all the things, and I really truly do hope to see you, group 1, right back here at Harmony Portal Tarot. Alright, you guys, bye! Hello, group number 2. Let's go ahead and find out what big changes are coming your way. We're going to move that little guy out of the way. And the card you use to select your pile, we have here the 8 of Pentacles. So big changes are coming to maybe even something that you are learning, or a skill that you're trying to hone, or a craft you're trying to perfect to the best of your ability. You are deciding maybe a change of action or a change of course, even to your daily routines. We did get a bit of that going on in group 1 as well, so there might also be a message over there for you if you felt so inclined to pick 1 and 2. There is an element of patience that kind of carries from the Seven of Pentacles into the Eight of Pentacles, but once you hit the Eight of Pentacles, it's like time doesn't even exist. You are lost in the learning, in the crafting, in the honing of the skill. So you guys might even feel like time just is speeding by or slowing down regardless of what's going on around you. It's almost like you can map or shift time to accommodate whatever time allowment you need to create or to hone your skills. All right, what additional changes are coming in, or just any other guidance on these changes coming in for group number 2? Okay, 9 of Cups. So yeah, there's some wish fulfillment as well. So this is very exciting. Very, very good to see. Very exciting here. So yeah, you guys are even feeling more fulfillment in the job that you're doing. So even if normally you're just kind of like, ho-hum, I don't really care, and not just your jobs like your career, but like things you do around the home or, running errands, these types of things, they're actually going to start bringing you emotional fulfillment. And I know that sounds kind of weird, but just the more mundane things of life. It's like you're slowing down to just appreciate the little things a little more. And for those of you that struggle to be in the present moment, one of the big changes coming in is you're actually going to enjoy the present moment a lot more than maybe you did in the past. For those of you that already enjoy the present moment, you're just going to have, it seems, more time on your hands to savor the present moment. All right, what else? Big changes coming in. But for like kind of the overarching energy of what I'm seeing so far is you're not going to be mad about having to put in some extra effort or work, because you're feeling so fulfilled in what you're doing that there is this sense of just wish fulfillment and very star energy with this combination as well. And then with the Queen of Cups coming in, yes, there's that emotional fulfillment just overflowing here for you. So being also very intuitive, maybe even using your intuition into honing your skills. Those of you that are working on some sort of creative endeavor or something you're putting a lot of your heart and soul into, using your intuition to find the best way to go about this, or the best way to present this, or the best way to move forward is going to be the name of the game for you. Just really utilizing your intuition and maybe allowing yourself to feel deeply into your emotions to know what your next move is. But a big shift or a big change coming for those of you in group 2 is being able to trust your intuition, because you're working at it. Maybe you're doing some sort of intuitive exercise, or you're utilizing your intuition more and actually learning to trust it as you go along. It's going to really help you feel more fulfilled in everything you're doing. And one of the best things you can do with this combination here that I'm seeing is being able to set very clear intentions. Even if things don't always go 100% according to what you're intending to happen, at least you're setting the groundwork as kind of a roadmap. What I'm seeing now in my mind's eye is laying out like a child's toy train set and laying out the tracks. So even if that train somehow derails or goes off, and that's maybe kind of cryptic for what is going on in Ohio and other parts of the world with all these train derailments. So I'm not meaning anything nefarious by saying that. That's just the what I saw in my mind's eye. And it's more like a child's train set. How you can kind of, mold the track, or, you can have a curved piece here, or you can go straight. And even if that train goes off the track, you can easily just pick it up, kind of realign the trucks on it, and away you go again. And your intention is basically like the track, and then the train is like the energy actually here. So if that energy kind of goes askew, you can set a new intention or get back onto the original intention and, kind of flow things with how you're wanting to go. All right. So what other big changes are coming in? And kind of with that derailment example, maybe some major things that you had planned are kind of off the rails, or they're not going according to plan, and now is the time to set some new intentions or create new goals, or maybe find a new approach or a new way to make this dream a reality for yourself, or this goal to be accomplished. All right, what else do we have to support these big changes coming in for group number 2? We have cast a circle. Healthy boundaries are crucial for growth. And Isis, cast spells, protect, and heal. So yeah, we have cast a circle and cast spells. So again, your intention. A spell is but an intention. that is, with some certain steps that you utilize in the spell to manifest the intention you're setting. So, yeah, healthy boundaries are going to be very crucial for you to grow into these intentions you're setting. And casting spells will help protect that intention and help you heal. We also have a scorpion here, which reminds me a lot of, the Scorpio sign. So wherever your house of Scorpio is, also the planet of Pluto, which rules Scorpio in Western astrology, and Mars, for those of you that follow Vedic astrology, you can find where these planets are in your natal chart, where they're currently transiting, where your house of Scorpio is in your chart, and this can be a really good indication of where you are protecting yourself. Okay, so what other changes are coming in? Might be just some big changes coming to the way you're spending your money. Maybe some of you are actually paying off a bill or some sort of debt. You're paying it off, so that's no longer something you're having to expend energy and money toward every month. So you can kind of snowball that money either back into your savings or toward another debt that you have and you're wanting to just pay things off. I see you guys are really wanting to work toward becoming as free and clear and sovereign as possible with your financial situation, or just to become secure and stable in your, day-to-day life. And a lot of times money can really create that sense of security for a lot of us. Okay. So we also have the air element. Yes, open-mindedness, objectivity, and learning. So this is your Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So where your air trine is in your chart is going to be a very important part of the puzzle here of where these big changes are coming in. And not just the air trine, the Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, where they fall in your chart, but also the original Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This will be the 3rd house, 7th house, 11th house of your chart. Can be very important indicators of how you are making these big changes, these big shifts, protecting your energy, setting major intentions for yourself. And we also have Mercury. So yes, Mercury is an air sign, or a planet, that is ruled by air. So yeah, we've got your Mercury. Mercury loves to be in the air sign of Gemini, rules the sign of Gemini, but it's also exalted in Virgo, which is an earth sign, which is grounding all of that air energy. So Virgo might also be an important placement for those of you watching group 2. So this is you learning. Again, going back to the Eight of Pentacles, learning, growing, like networking yourself, communicating with all of this. And you're finding a lot of emotional fulfillment in that 11th house type of energy we have with the networking. So Aquarius, wherever your Aquarius is and wherever your 11th house is. Of course, it's in the 11th house for everybody. But what's going on in your 11th house? What current transits are going on? You are really leveling up with your network circles, your friend groups, your just the skills, services, and what you have to offer the world is really leveling up. All right, what else is going on? Big changes coming in for group 2. Okay, we actually get 3 cards for you in this deck. Okay, very exciting. So discover your life purpose. So this setting of intentions is going to help you, and trusting your intuition. That is the guide, that is the compass through which that life purpose is flowing, is your intuition. So trusting your intuition through all of this, all of these shifts, all of these changes is going to be very key to help you discover or tune into your life purpose. We also have unleash your creativity, which we were kind of talking about, by practicing, honing your skills, honing your craft, and really spending a lot of time and effort in the things that really feel purposeful to you. And a lot of you that have selected group 2, you really feel purposeful when you're creating or crafting or cultivating something. And yeah, take off your masks with the number 11. So we have the numbers 29, 11, 31. Those might be some prominent numbers you can look up, or you can add them all together to create one number and look up what that means. This is your reading. Do whatever you see fit for additional homework here. I like to offer it for those that like it, and for those that don't want it, you can just ignore it. But yes, take off your mask. This is about really tuning into your more authentic self, feeling that sense of fulfillment through the activities, through the sovereignty that you are becoming. Specifically by utilizing that intuition to really dig deep to those true aspects of yourself so that you can bring them closer to the surface and just become who you truly and most authentically are. So that is a big change coming for many of you, is you don't feel you have to hide behind a persona or a mask or even some of your talents or gifts, because we have some ballet slippers here. And, someone might be very good at ballet, but is their heart really in it? If it is, that is amazing. But if it's not, they are beating and battering their body. Yes, it's beautiful, but like there's the behind the scenes. Some of you might have seen that meme floating around of the beautiful ballet slippers all laced up and the person is in a perfect point. And then there's the reality of it, what the toes look like. They're taped, they're bruised, they're cut, they're battered. So there is a toll that the beauty will take on the body to create that. That's just one example, but you might be examining, is the thing that I am using to express myself actually benefiting me, or is it hurting or hindering me in some way? And then that can even be something you're journaling about to get a deeper answer for yourself for, and trust the answer that comes up from your deepest intuition. So those are the changes coming in. You're examining a lot, you're setting a lot of intentions, and you're allowing that creativity and life purpose to flow to the surface, which is so beautiful, Group 2. Thank you for sharing your gifts with this world. We so desperately need them at this time, so don't be afraid to take off your mask and be your authentic self. That is your message, Group 2. I hope it resonated. Please feel free to let me know below what you thought, any stories you want to share, and every like and comment on my channel really does help with the engagement and the algorithm, and I would greatly appreciate it for the energy exchange that we've had here today. And to those of you sending the donations, wow, thank you so much for that. You are making the dream of getting a new camera closer and closer to a reality with every one of your donations, and thank you so much. That would allow me to continue to create this content for you that I hope you're enjoying. So thanks again so much, all of you, for all those likes, comments, shares, subscribes, donations, and all the things. And I really, truly do hope to see you, Group 2, right back here at Harmony Portal Tarot. All right, you guys, bye. Hello, group number 3. Major apologies. My dog has been barking for the better part of my filming. I've been filming for about 26 or so minutes. This includes me switching out each of the piles and putting the cards away and stuff. But my apologies if he is bothering everybody. Hopefully I talk loud enough we don't really hear him, but I've tried all morning to get him to settle down. But it's very fitting. A lot of the times he won't bark at all during a reading, and other times he'll bark the whole time. So this is just letting me know when a dog is barking, there is a sense of urgency. And of course, because this is a pick a card about the big changes coming your way, there might be some sort of warning or alarm going off. It doesn't have to be necessarily bad, but something to get your attention, to let you know there are some big changes afoot in your life, which is good. Change is good, and it's the only real constant besides death, really, in this realm. So we have the Lemurian Quartz here, and this is such a gift to the world, in my humble opinion. I love a good Lemurian Quartz, and this is probably the smallest one I own, but probably the most intriguing one, if I'm being honest. I do want to show you guys a closer version of this Lemurian Quartz. There is some like sand trapped in the quartz itself. There's some inclusions and striations. It's just very lovely. Oh, you can't see that. My apologies. I don't know if we're going to be able to focus on that. There we go. It's a little better. But yes, this is something that is going to help you see clearer. With this choice of the Lemurian Quartz, you're seeing through, and you're seeing into the depths and realizing maybe, kind of like the Beauty and the Beast song, there's something there that wasn't there before, or it's always been there, obviously, but you maybe just were too distracted or too busy and didn't quite see to the truth of something. But now that you're seeing the truth, you're getting the clarity, it's going to open up this new big ball of wax or can of worms, in a good way, for you to bring in new energy into your life. And oh my goodness, we have the 10 Pentacles. Yes, new energy, new abundance. Who is she? We are here for it. Yes. There might even be some new investments you guys are making. I don't know a lot personally about stocks and bonds and all of that, but there might be even some new 401k, or you're rolling one investment into another, or cashing out one investment to utilize it for something else. I see a shifting of money, but in the long run, you're coming out on top, whatever that looks like. Some of you might even be paying down debt or paying off a bill. Others of you might be getting a tax break, a bonus, a raise, a promotion. There's an influx of money, either expected or unexpected. I see kind of both scenarios. So some of you are expecting this money. Others of you, it's just coming out of nowhere, or, very, very surprisingly. Someone else is winning a lawsuit. Apologies, I just saw we had the right speed error. Let's get some additional guidance. I know this is all over the board, but really at the heart of this reading so far is there is material abundance coming in. Whether this is cash money, goods, resources, more time to spend on the things you enjoy. It's going to look different for each of you, but I do see money coming in for all of you in some capacity. There's income. And Queen of Pentacles, yes. Yes, kings, yes, queens. We got the king, Queen of Pentacles, but I said king as well. So like union of divine masculine and feminine to bring forward material abundance and wealth. This is also the entrepreneur card. I always attribute the Queen of Pentacles, even more than the King of Pentacles, as the entrepreneur. Someone who's very resourceful, very good at utilizing what she has on hand to create something much better than what anyone would ever expect out of the... It's like the MacGyver. I always call her like the MacGyver of the tarot. To me, she's very, very resourceful and utilizes what she has and can almost manifest what she needs. And she's kind of, I call her like the lower octave of the Empress, because she is the ultimate MacGyver in the deck, but she is not too far behind. So, yes, you're going to be able to almost scrimp and save for those of you that don't have a lot of, income coming in to make something really beautiful with not a lot of money. And then Two of Swords. So, there's a decision. Maybe some confusion in how this money's coming about, but that's the beauty of it. You don't even need to know or have all the answers or all the information to really start making some moves. With the big changes coming in, you're going to be able to get some clarity, but at times through the process, you might be a bit confused. But if you are confused, you can tune in to that really resourceful energy within you, that magician, that empress within you, to really figure out what it is you're trying to create and manifest. And it's very interesting. It's almost like she's holding some sort of staff here. And this is a pentacle. So you normally don't see her holding a staff. No, she is not. I had to look it up just to be 100% sure. But yes, Queen of Pentacles, she's only holding a pentacle. And you can't see that very well, but hopefully you can. So it's almost like you've got a Queen of Wands rolled into a Queen of Pentacles. So really owning that sovereignty and power to be resourceful and make things happen. Okay, and I'm actually going to move these over so we have some room for other cards. So, what else? Big changes coming in for group number 3. Apologies again about the right speed error that just turns the camera off. That is what we are saving for with all your donations and the ad revenue. And thus far we have a little over now $35 in ad revenue since January at the time of my posting, which is mid-March. So we're making our way there very slowly but surely. Okay. So we have here No Sleep on It. This came out in group 1. And Familiar, Listen and Learn. So yes, and I think that's where that confusing energy of the Two of Swords is. There's no real, deadline to what's going on here, so it almost feels like you don't have to rush into anything. And the Queen of Pentacles herself, she follows the Knight of Pentacles, which is that very slow and steady energy of, being meticulous, being methodical, planning things out, setting intentions, figuring out, all the resources that are available, pooling them together, and then coming up with a game plan. So if you don't have much of a plan, it's very Two of Wands energy coming in now too, to start making a plan or gathering information about whatever it is you're wanting to shift or change in your life. And it doesn't have to happen overnight. And some of you are even rejecting certain offers or certain energies that have been in your life, and you're just closing out cycles and saying no, and learning instead to go within, to listen and learn from past mistakes, to be able to trek forward in new territory. Very new territory coming in here. So let's see some additional guidance. Some of you might even be relying on a pet or getting a pet. That could be a big change coming in as you're getting a new pet or doing something different with a pet. So maybe you're moving with your pet or changing your daily routine with a pet, or maybe there's some even changes going on with the life of your pet. Maybe there's, just some things you accommodate because they are changing. Especially those with senior pets. We had my dog barking. He's a senior citizen. He is 15 years old, and I think he's settled at least for the time being. But those of you that do have elderly pets, it's just you're maybe shifting things or changing things to make life more comfortable for them. And then Mercury, this came out in group 2. So yeah, you're thinking, you're learning, you're networking, you're communicating. So there might even be a change or a shift to the familiar of an online presence or platform, or to the way you communicate at work or with your family or whatever this is. you're not just relying on what has always been. You're maybe paving a new way forward. And that's where the confusion comes in. Do I just kind of show up status quo, or do I shift the way that I communicate or talk with this person? And it's going to be different for each of you what exactly the scenario is where you're relying on the more familiar energies, or allowing that unknown to kind of take the lead for you. Let's see additional guidance. And we also have Gemini, which I was going to mention that Gemini loves to be in Mercury. Mercury rules the sign of Gemini and also rules the sign of Virgo. So Gemini specifically is very important for you with the networking, with communicating, with, reaching out, having some sort of presence online. It's a very social butterfly, and I love that they got the butterfly here for both of these cards here with Gemini and Mercury energy. But those of you, it's very interesting because I'm a very introverted person at heart, but I have a Gemini moon. So I love when I can vibe with someone who, intellectually speaking, I'm not like come out of my shell when I can really get intellectual with people about the things that really excite me, like, hidden knowledge and wisdom and, just speculating on what does it all mean? What is the, nature of reality? I love that. So you guys might be just finding that you are getting more curious with the nature of reality, wanting to dive deeper, go down rabbit holes, figure things out for yourself, not just relying on the information that's written in history books or, other people's secondhand information, but wanting to dive into this energy by tuning into yourself. And that might be a big change coming, is that you are changing your mind or changing or shifting your belief system surrounding something that you once believed and now you're believing something different. Or as I've called what I've recently gone through, an awakening from the awakening. And the more I learn about myself spiritually, the more I realize I don't know anything. All right, any other big changes coming in for group number 3? Okay. So we have here cycles, yes, and you're closing out one cycle to begin anew on something else. And beauty. So some of you might even be shifting the paradigm of like beauty standards, where you once felt, oh, this isn't very beautiful of myself, like your external appearance. Now you're kind of just starting to embrace it. You're just like, you know what? I can't really change it. So like, I'm going to just rock it. I'm going to embrace it. I'm unique. I'm beautiful in my way. And it's very hard for women specifically to accept their internal beauty, their external beauty. And, we all feel like we have, not all of us, but a great majority of people feel like they have to put themselves in this box of what the beauty standard of the day is. And, beauty standards shift, at the minimum, I would say every 5 years, but sometimes they're shifting every season. But generationally, the beauty standards are always shifting. And then they will kind of go back in a cycle to an old beauty, regime, or what ruled the day in the 60s or the 40s or the 20s or, the 1800s. I don't know. But there might be just a big shift coming to the way you see beauty in the world as well, and wanting to even close out a cycle. Someone might even be going through menopause with this and kind of questioning, like, am I even beautiful anymore? Am I even still a woman anymore? And, all the things that can go along with that menopausal energy of just that big change of life. It's the second biggest change to, becoming a woman to begin with the whole menstrual cycle and everything. So this really does fuel even those of you that are, not anywhere near menopause. You're just maybe thinking about that time of life. And those of you that are, not having periods and don't identify as female, then of course, this can be more metaphorically speaking with the cycles, because even men have their cycles in life. Their hormones will shift things and fluctuate things. And there's even a such thing, I guess, as male menopause. I don't know much about it. I haven't looked really into it, but if that's something that interests you, you can maybe Google that, look into it, or just tune into your own intuition about what that might mean. And yeah, menopause, it's funny, it's got the word men in it, and then it's a pausing from one way of life and then entering a new cycle. And, a lot of women that I have talked to about this, it's not usually the easiest transition. So more not literally speaking, but more metaphorically speaking, menopause, there might be a transition you're going through that has nothing to do with, actual menstruation. Could be with your job, your career, your personal life, anything at all. That's kind of a rough transition to go through, but you are just feeling like you have to do it. Like it's kind of a given. You have to take that new job, or you have to end that relationship, or whatever it is. And it's not going to be 100% easy. But when you're on the other side of this transition, you're going to really see the beauty for which this brought your life, and now the beauty that your life is because of this major transition. So really, one of the big changes coming for those of you not experiencing menopause is a menopause like thing. End of one way of being for you in the material world into another. This could, be very entrepreneurial because, we have the Earth Queen herself, the Queen of Pentacles here, and the Ten of Pentacles to really help this is creating a long-lasting legacy or security or stability is a big change that you are making. So that is your reading, group number 3. I hope it resonated. Please feel free to let me know below what you thought, any stories you want to share. Every like and comment on my channel really does help with the engagement, and I really do appreciate that energy exchange. So thank you so much for those of you that are doing that. And to those of you sending the donations, I can't thank you enough. As you saw, we did have that little right speed error during our reading here, and I need to get a new camera so we don't have that problem cropping up every time I film a pick a card. So all of your donations are greatly appreciated, but never ever expected. Link for PayPal and Super Chat is found in the description below and also below the video here. So thanks again, you guys, so much for all the likes, comments, shares, subscribes, donations, and all the things. And I really, truly do hope to see you, group 3, right back here at Harmony Portal Tarot. All right, you guys, bye.